There was one named Mr. Ying of Taizhou. As a young man, he often spent his time studying in the mountains. At night, the ghosts would howl to scare others, but Mr. Ying was not afraid.
Ooh.
One evening, Mr. Ying overhears the ghost speaking.
Duanji's husband, soldier Cao Ji, has now returned from his military travels abroad. Though believing him dead, her in-laws are enforcing her to remarry someone else. Tomorrow night, she will strangle herself here. I could take her place and be reborn.
Upon hearing this, however, Mr. Ying decides not to do anything about it, for he thought to himself.
Why should I help a stranger?
So, Mr. Ying leaves the fate of the woman untouched. The night after, Zhang Ji prepares to strangle herself in the basement of the Tao family home. That is, until she hears the impatient ghost.
Come on, hear stuff already.
Zhang Ji looks back and uncovers the ghost in shock.
Ah! Ghost! The power of my chi shall relinquish you!
Zhang Ji channels her life force into a powerful spit, transforming the ghost into a sheep. The commotion causes Zhang's in-laws, father and mother Tao, to come downstairs.
Disgrace! You were only trying to kill yourself to escape remarriage. Only leaving behind this pathetic sheep. You best know that our son, your husband, is already dead.
Not so fast. This commotion awoke me from a dream one, in which revealed to me that our son lives. However, he is in need of rescue, for he is being kept as a prisoner of war in Minzhong.
Zhang Ji and Mother Tao both turn in surprise, believing this to be an omen of truth.
How must we save him?
My dream told me that one should follow the wild rabbit, so I have an idea. Shuangji, bring your brother-in-law to us.
Zhang Ji leaves, informing her brother-in-law, Tao Chang, to speak with his parents.
Yes, father?
Your brother is still alive, but needs to be rescued. As young and fit you are, you shall retrieve him this instant. Follow the wild rabbit.
I just got woken in the middle of the night, father. And now I'm in our basement staring at a sheep. What is it you're rambling about?
It is your duty as our son to help the family and oblige to our command. Go at this instant before it's too late.
But... Never mind. I'll do as you say, father.
Tao Chang leaves to rescue his brother and decides to go to the rabbit pen with some carrots. At the rabbit pen, Tao Chang arouses the interest of the rabbits by holding out a carrot. The wildest rabbit of them all jumps over the fence. Tao Chang gives the rabbit a carrot, and the rabbit gladly takes it. Now hopping around freely, Tao Chang decides to follow the rabbit's natural movements. Occasionally, the rabbit stops, prompting Tao Chang to feed it more carrots to continue his mission. Eventually, he is led to a cave in which he encounters a mysterious portal. Deciding to follow the rabbit through it, Tao Chang is taken into another plane of existence. The sky had suddenly turned from night to day. He continues to follow the rabbit, passing by ghosts and humans alike. They seem to be able to interact with one another. Eventually, Tao Chang stumbles upon an unattended elixir of immortality. He decides to take it for himself, for he had no obligation to be considerate of strangers and what they left behind. This was for his own gain. After what seems to only be mere minutes of traversing, the rabbit leads Tao Chong into another portal, this time taking him to a bridge back to the human world. Attempting to feed the rabbit once more, Tao Chong accidentally drops his last carrot off of the bridge. The rabbit looks at the carrot and back at Tao Chong.
Looks like our time together has run its due course.
Wait, you can speak this whole time?
Why couldn't I? After all this journey we embarked on, tell me, human, where do you draw the line between what can and can't be?
Tao Chong was at a loss for words.
From here, you should know how to find your brother. Together, the two of you yield a deeper connection that transcends Tiyansha. Farewell.
The rabbit descends into the abyss, leaving Tao Chong behind to follow the rest of his guts to save his brother. Suddenly, the sky was dark again, as if time hadn't passed since Tao Chong entered the mutual plane of existence between life and afterlife, as it seemed. As Tao Chong continues to follow along the path paved out in front of him, he finds his brother behind bars within a mountainside.
Brother, I'm here to rescue you.
Thank you, brother, for embarking on such a treacherous journey to reach me. To do that without getting us both killed. However, you must fight the warlord who took me prisoner and best him in combat.
Best him in combat? But brother, I am no experienced soldier like you.
Trust me, I believe you'll find it in yourself to do so. Why else have you come all this way?
Father.
I see. Still, I've heard of many in my situation liberated only after their warlord captor has been defeated. This must be the only way. Everything is as it should be. Always.
Well, that obviously can't be true.
You question the wisdom in hearing?
After some internal deliberation, Tao Chong decides to step up to the challenge.
Okay, I will do everything in my power to save you.
As Tao Chong makes his way up to the warlord's palace, he contemplates leaving his brother for dead. However, he is compelled by forces that feel almost supernatural to continue his service to the family. Eventually, he reaches the warlord.
What do we have here?
I've come to demand you to release my brother Tao Xi.
Well, you do know that the only way to do that is by besting me in a match to the death. So come forth, and I say your death shall be nigh painless.
After much more thinking, Tao Chong decides to make a hard choice for himself.
No, I offer you an elixir of immortality in exchange for my brother.
Tao Chong, initially intending to keep the elixir for himself, decided otherwise to do right by his family.
Let me see.
Tao Chong makes his way up to the warlord, handing him the elixir of immortality.
Well, I do like this. Guards, release this man's brother. I respect you for putting your family first over such a valuable item.
Tao Chong is shortly after reunited with his brother. Eventually, the brothers make their way back home. The family rejoices as Tao Ji is now safe, Zhangji does not have to remarry, and Tao Chong has served his family well. On a night soon after, back in the mountains near Taizhou, Mr. Ying is studying. Suddenly, he overhears ghosts once more.
Did you hear? Song Fang was turned into a sheep by that girl who was about to kill herself. It also turns out that her husband is still alive, and they reunited just recently. Ooh.
How embarrassing for Song Fang. I can't imagine losing an opportunity to be reborn as a human simply by being impatient.
Meh.
Hearing this, Mr. Ying thinks to himself,
It seems as if my non-action was the proper doubt after all. If it weren't for me not acting upon such, this happy ending for the family would never happen. It seems as if, no matter what I do, everything is as it should be. Always.